like, what is this? It just blew up. I'm here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
But
was so
apparently it's a
crazy.
decent port. So I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So Outlast was added to the Switch eShop today. There, yeah, and its sequel, Outlast 2, isn't too far behind. The European and Australian eShop now have a listing that shows a release date of March 27th. Expected on the same day in North America. It's $26.99, whatever that is, pounds or something. And it'll take up 9.6 gigabytes of space. So get your cards ready.
For sure.
Get your cards ready. Dang it, my mouse is acting stupid today. Let's straight up. Hold on one sec.
I have arrived.
Is he here? He's here. Alex is here.
Oh my gosh, he
Well, go ahead and
lives.
introduce yourself, Mr. Man. I'm gonna go ahead and open the rest of these cards.
Alright, well, what's going on, everyone? I'm late. I don't know what we're talking about, because I was playing with Labo. I found it in a dumpster behind. I saw a bunch of cardboard, and I had my Switch, so I thought I'd play with some Labo. So that's why I'm late. That's what's
A
happening.
wild Alex appears.
A wild Alex appears. So, what you been gaming on lately?
I've been playing the shit out of Bayonetta 2. I beat it twice already on the Switch, and now I'm playing through Bayonetta 1. And I recently beat, what the hell is it called? Shadow of the Colossus. And yeah, after Bayonetta 1, I might go to Nier Automata, or I might try something new. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me get you up to date. We just went over the old news. We're now getting into the actual current news, so you didn't really miss much of anything.
Excellent!
Inside the Team Red chat section, we are actually just getting started on the game called Peter.
Okay.
Nexus, the Trial Frontier Challenge launch.
Peter Molyneux.
Ew, that's the Fable guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
dude.
So we're about to talk about that.
This game gets 2 thumbs down.
And then
No
every other
way.
from there.
It gets 2 thumbs down from his name alone.
What?
I think it's interesting how he put his name on the game. Like, that's wild.
His name is a detraction from the game.
Okay, who is this guy again?
He's the guy that made the Fable games that lied and said you could do all this crazy shit in Fable.
We're skipping this topic. Moving on.
This dude is a con artist.
Is anybody interested?
A charlatan.
What is his name called? What's his name? Peter Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux's The Trail Frontier Challenge launches next month on the Switch. And you can do anything. You can do anything in this game, just like in Fable.
That's what he says? You can do anything?
I don't know,
Oh, yeah,
probably.
That's a lot of here. Okay, I didn't know it was him. I would have clicked this right on it. Not click off. Bridge constructor. Bridge constructor portal.
Wait a minute, bridge constructor or bitch constructor? Because it's something like
Bridge, the portal game.
Constructor portal. But hey, if that's what you
Bridge constructor.
Portal now available on the Nintendo Switch. Was this on the eShop or something? Heads up.
Yeah, it's up now. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It came out today?
Yeah, it came out today.
Nice.
It came out today. Oh. Here,
Whoops.
Okay, hold
So
on.
it's basically Portal, but like with bridges.
Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer for this. It's actually quite interesting.
It's fairly interesting. Yeah, I saw it. I was like.
But people were mad because they thought it was going to be a new Portal
The
game.
actual Portal.
Yeah.
You know that Valve ain't making no.
They don't. They make too much money to worry about making new games.
Valve is not
They're
making a
never
new game
making a new
anytime
game.
soon.
Like, we're never gonna see another. Yeah, y'all just need to get over it. These live services is where they money is at.
Another Half-Life. We're never gonna.
Until y'all stop buying these little live service games, they not gonna put no money down to make your new games. I'm just saying how it is. But yeah, so this game is out. If anybody is interested, go check it out. Apparently, Splatoon 2 update has had an update recently, and it has version 2.3.0.
Oh.
So full patch notes are in. So changes to multiplayer made it more difficult for an issue to occur in which the camera will enter the terrain and the screen would momentarily go blank if the player repeatedly jumped with a wall at their back.
That is random.
Okay.
Why did they do that? Okay. So it fixed it.
That just sounds like a
People
bug.
playing the game. Okay, so I guess it could be a bug because I'm like, why is somebody just jumping on a wall? But okay.
People do stupid stuff in games. You know, people want to find the bugs and stupid. So it fixed an issue in which the player would slow down for a moment when climbing some slopes with while submerged. Yeah, that was an issue I had once. fixed an issue in which when the sub-weapon becomes available while recharging ink while submerged, the animation displayed on the ink tank would momentarily be displayed in the center of the stage all around the player. What?
What?
How did you let what? I guess your tube or whatever would just be sitting in the middle of the screen.
Oh, weird.
I know. So it fixed an issue in which when the player touched the barrier at the opponent's starting point, the player would be repelled. What is going on? What was wrong with this game? That y'all
Look at all these updates.
I'm looking at this.
Wow, that's a lot of updates. Holy cow.
Don't read this list.
I'm not
Look
reading
at
all
this
this.
list.
This list is crazy.
It's a big list.
So there was a change to rank. I'll read this. It fixed an issue in rank battle in which if there was a difference in a number of players from before a match began, it would not be judged as an unfair match. Okay. Oh, changes to Salmon Run, y'all. Hold up.
Hey, that's what I want to know about.
Made it so that hazard level max is displayed when starting a job if the stage hazard level is at the maximum level. In online Salmon Run, the title and rank of the crew affect the stage hazard level.
Holy moly, this is so much shit.
Stage
a lot of stuff that was wrong.
I didn't realize there was this much shit wrong with the game.
Okay,
God
so
damn.
Maybe they'll leave a link to this in the comments below so y'all can read this crap. Cause
there's a lot of updates coming to Splatoon, guys. Just
wow.
So you know.
Lots of stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of updates.
Yeah, this used to happen all the time with those stupid fly fish. When you throw a splat bomb and it would do no damage.
Yeah,
they fixed it finally.
Good, they fixed that. Yeah, okay, so that was a bug. Good, they fixed that.
Cool.
Fix the issue which a player jumped when a Maz attack and the attack would not do any damage. Okay.
That's never happened to me. It always does damage to me.
Why would they fix that?
I know, right? Like, can we?
I want to be able to jump above the Maw. Okay. Fix the rare issue when a steel eel was defeated, the torso hit detection would remain in that spot. I never had that happen.
It said fixed an issue which small fry would remain in the next wave after clearing a griller event.
Fix the issue when a fly fish would go into the terrain when difficulty was high. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah.
Crew with a friend in which, despite both friends having the same title, the player would be treated as having supported a player with a lower title, therefore not raising the
Some
dang, that's messed up.
that's pretty messed up.
That's screwed.
Oh man.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe we should play some Salmon Run.
There's a lot of good changes here. I'm not reading all that. Just entirely too much. I didn't know it was that much wrong.
Y'all go read it.
Yeah, I didn't know that much was wrong. So more fun news though. Let's get to the fun news. So the first building has gone up for Super Nintendo World as construction continues.
Oh, I don't have that one. 1 second.
Super Nintendo World.
I gotta find that article.
A long-term project for Nintendo and Universal. Originally announced in 2015, the theme park is planned to be ready for 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. While it may not show much, the first building for Super Nintendo World has gone up at Universal Studios Japan.
Where the hell is that
Currently,
one?
the entrance to the area is being worked. You can see a couple of photos below, as well as a closer look at constructions in the attached
Ah, there it is.
video.
Oh, it's not even painted or nothing yet. It's just a foundation.
No, it's just a foundation, but it's starting.
Okay.
At least there's some
They're starting.
Even still, I'm excited.
It got me excited.
It's basically the first construction site.
It's got me excited.
I'm
So
excited.
It's officially going up. Like
Me and Nick are gonna go there on opening day and run in there holding hands. It's gonna be amazing.
But when are they gonna start the construction in America? That's what I want to know.
I want the
So
American
here's
one.
the deal. Me and you need to save up money for our travel to Japan. We need to save up money for a hotel, and we need to save up money so we can go here. This is our goal right now, here, right now. So
Yes.
This is what we're doing. We're going to Japan. I gotta get my.
in the world.
So it's planned to be ready for the 2020 Olympics. Holy cow, that's gonna be super popular then.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So we gotta get our hotel like. Now.
I'm still mad that they didn't get Pikachu to be the Olympic mascot. They got some dumb, stupid ass fox.
Wait, what?
What?
They announced the Japanese Olympics mascot. It's not Pikachu. It's not a Pokemon. It's some dumb fox.
It's not even Fox McCloud?
No, it's just a fox, like a made-up fox. Yeah.
A fox.
That's not. I'm like, it's not even Fox McCloud.
No, you would need motion controls for that.
He said you need motion controls. Okay, hold on.
I want my theme park, goddammit.
I know, right? So,
What was EA?
our next topic. Nintendo quickly yanks Switch customer reviews feature from its website. Apparently,
Trash.
I know, right? Apparently, last week we reported that Nintendo had added an option for Switch owners to review games on its website.
That's because I gave Fire Emblem Warriors a 0 and I did it 100 times.
Did you do that for real when it was up?
Of course I did.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, players who tried out titles for 2 hours or more could leave feedback with a rating, their own comments, and more. Unfortunately, this feature has already been removed.
My bad.
I know, like, what? And without much of a reason, visit any of the Switch game pages and you'll be visited with the following message. Customer reviews have been taken offline as we evaluate this feature and its functionality. We currently have no estimated date on when an update will be provided. We appreciate the positive response and thank the reviewers who provided such thoughtful commentary on games.
My commentary was amazing. My commentary was amazing. It was shit like, fuck this waifu dog shit, give us a real Fire Emblem. It was just stuff like that.
So they have
don't even have to allow us to do comments. Like, just let us do stars.
Just like star rankings,
like
yeah.
a star rating or something. I don't know, maybe the star rating, but
I
they
think
do.
even the 3DS lets you put stars, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Does it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
But there is reports that say that Nintendo, they have an explanation as to why they removed the reviews from the eShop.
Oh.
This is what they had to say. Nintendo.com recently offered a trial customer review feature to let users share feedback about Nintendo Switch games on our website. The response has been positive. Nintendo appreciates the time and effort that reviewers put into their thoughtful commentary on the games, Alex. Nintendo has removed this feature as we evaluate the future of the ratings functionality on Nintendo.com because Alex is an asshole. We have no estimate on when an update will be provided on the status of this initiative, but we appreciate the enthusiasm shown for the trial, Alex, and we need to make sure that we make it so that people like Alex can't put in.
Hey man, I gotta tell the truth because the Nintendo shills out here are gonna lie to you and tell you everything is amazing.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're just trying to fix it so the shills can continue lying, and the rest of us will just be like, well, hey, you keep shilling. I'm moving on. Moving on.
Speaking of shilling, Payday 2 looks like shit, runs like shit on the Nintendo Switch. I've watched a video on Digital Foundry today. That game drops down to 15 FPS. That is a bad port. They did a bad job. They're charging $50, and it doesn't even come with all the content that's available on the other versions. That game gets 2 thumbs down.
Oh man, that's trash.
No, I don't think anybody was looking for that game, but those were. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Those who were, I'm sorry. But the rest
I
of
don't
us
really
just
think
weren't.
too many people were really looking for
Not too many of
We
us.
still have to let the people know, though.
Yeah, we still gotta let them know, and I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, it's just, I'm sorry.
I didn't really hear anybody talking about it when it was.
Not really.
I don't know. A couple of the shells that I watched were saying it's great and didn't
Well,
mention any of the problems.
Those are
Talking
shills.
about like real people, like
Yeah,
actual people.
I'm talking about my YouTube shells.
I'm just.
Yeah, we talking about actual people that give a damn about gaming.
I'm not worried about that.
I was looking to play that old game. Switch was my only option. No.
Yeah, Payday 2, like, I thought that since they delayed the game, it would actually be a decent port, but, like, it doesn't seem to be. That sucks.
That's crazy.
People that ported it over.
Crazy, like low though, like 15.
15 frames per second when you throw a grenade.
That's even worse.
That's bad. That's really bad.
When your frames is shaking more than.
I don't know why it looks so...
Like, I can, even though it's not preferred, I can deal with a game that's 30 as long as it's consistent.
Yeah, as long as it's... Because, like, the Xbox One and the PS4 versions are 30.
Yeah.
Like, if like, I don't know, man. Down to 15 is too jarring. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, it's too big of a drop.
Like, if we're talking, like, 30 down to, like, 27 or some shit like that, that's not a big deal.
Okay, we got a shill in our freaking comment section right now.
Range, then okay. But if it's dropping to 15, like, that's a problem.
That's pretty bad, man.
You can't. That's not okay.
Yeah, that game needs to drop down to $30. They need to drop the resolution because for some reason they have the resolution at 900. They need to drop that down to 720. Put some dynamic scaling on that bitch. And get that shit to run at 30 FPS, man. Come on.
Deal with an ugly game, but it can't be dropping frames.
just look at Rocket League. We praised Rocket League for making that game ugly. And it's ugly as hell, but they prioritize frame rate and gameplay. That's why we praise them for it.
Yes.
But this game, nah, man. 2 thumbs down. Too expensive. Not enough content. And the frame rate is all over the place. Plus, it's ugly. So it's got all 4 things are wrong.
You can't be ugly and then run like
you can't. Yeah, you can't be both ugly and run poorly. Like, come on, man. Terrible. Terrible.
That's a mess.
They should take some notes from Doom, because Doom is definitely a more demanding game than fucking Payday.
That's
Right.
I
I don't know how they made that work.
don't know, man.
With
Not
Payday-
impressed.
With Payday, you're not playing against people. You're doing heist missions co-op with another individual. So
Yeah.
like, everything that you're doing is like it's already like rendered. And
Yeah, it's like
really no reason
basically
to-
predetermined.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm not impressed, man. Again, if it was never delayed, I would have been like, okay, whatever. But this shit was delayed for months.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's still like, they might as well have delayed it even further. Then they would have had more time to fix the game.
Yeah. They gotta do better, man.
Not good, man. Not
They
good.
gotta do better.
And I don't think it's even in the top 15 eShop, right? So that goes to show you.
Well,
Hopefully
nobody
not.
was checking for it, so nobody was checking for it.
I don't know.
That's true.
Like when they made the announcement, people are like, "For this."
Yeah, like if it was announced, people were like, okay.
It's like,
Alright.
what?
I'm never opposed to having more options, but like nobody is checking.
Man, I really hope Panic Button, they do a good job with Wolfenstein 2, because that is going to be more demanding than Doom and Payday, definitely.
For sure. Maybe they've learned a lot from their Doom.
I think
port.
so. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, so because usually that's how it is. Like when you learn a little bit more, you're working a little bit more, then you're able
You're more
to get a lot
comfortable
more
with it.
hardware. Yeah.
We'll see. Because, like, they just recently, they updated Doom, too. Now it has motion controls.
Yeah.
And they improved they improved the game a little bit, too, visually. So that's good.
I actually want to try the motion. I'm actually one of the few people who like motion, so I'll check it out.
It's not as responsive as, like, Splatoon motion control.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you tried it? You tried it?
I was watching Terminator's video. Like, he was streaming how it works. Like, up and down is, like, responsive, but left and right is not.
Okay. Can
Yeah.
you change the sensitivity of the motion though? Like you can?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try because my boyfriend has the game, so I'll check it out and see. If it's more responsive. But can I say this before we delve into our main topics? Because we're about to delve into our main topic. Can I give a shout out to the 32 people watching right now?
That's what I'm talking about.
We got
Live. Why I only see 12 live?
Blessing us with the 32 views. We got Cloudy Mine in here. We got Muhammad in here. We got Unforgiven, Tony Kaname Kyoran. We've got Fly from the Inside. We've got Arfan Ali. We've got M Prime up in here, y'all. We got everybody in here. They came through. That's what's up. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure that you guys are giving this a thumbs up.
Wow.
Because we have 32 people watching.
Is that true, Muhammad? Did OJ block you because you were talking bad about Payday? That's kind of
But
sad.
we only have 14 thumbs up. So y'all go ahead and get those thumbs up because our likes need to match our views, guys. They need to match. Alright, so go ahead, Kuuppon.
Alrighty, so as we all know, this is not just Nintendo related, industry-wide related, considering the ESRB are just retarded and just, oh boy, so their fuckery is loose and we need to see why. So the ESRB defends fun loot boxes as it starts labeling all in-game purchases. Oh, here we go. The Entertainment Software Rating Board, ESRB, today announced that all physical box games that contain in-game purchases will include a label notifying purchasers of the fact in the near future. The new program expands on a similar digital purchases label that already appears alongside the rating for exclusively downloadable games that appear on some digital storefronts. The in-game purchases label will appear on the box right by the game's letter rating nearby, but separate from existing content descriptors such as intense violence, nudity, strong sexual content. The label will be applied evenly to all games and include any additional content to be purchased, including bonus level skins, surprise items such as item packs, loot boxes, mystery awards, music, virtual coins, and other forms of in-game currency, subscriptions, season passes, and upgrades. The ESRB said in a press release. The ESRB's move comes as multiple state legislatures have begun looking into regulation of the randomized in-game purchase known as loot boxes. Earlier this month, Senator Maggie Hassan sent an open letter to the ESRB to examine whether games with loot boxes are being marketed in an ethical and a transparent way that adequately protects the developing minds of young children from predatory practices. Hassan said at the time that Federal Trade Commission's action may be necessary if the game industry does not take steps on this issue. Despite this, the new in-game purchase label doesn't differentiate between those kinds of loot boxes and other kinds of downloadable content. That's in part because a large majority of parents don't know what a loot box is. The ESRB President Patricia Vance told ARS in a recent conference call, citing ESRB consumer research on the matter. And yeah, so let's see. So she also says parents need simple information. Oh, or actually, I'm going to go up at the top here. So even when parents are told what a loot box is, she added, we found the primary concern by far is children spending money. Thus, Vance said, it's very important for us not to harp on loot boxes per se, but make sure we're capturing loot boxes, but also other types of purchases. To this end, a newly launched ESRB website at parentaltools.org is intended to help explain the rating system. It's actual trash. I just looked at it. Parents need simple information, Vance continues. We can't overwhelm them with a lot of detail. We need to be clear, concise. You don't want to overwhelm them with detail, but you want to be clear and concise. Okay. And make it easy for them. We have not found that parents are differentiating between a lot of these different mechanics. Vance also noted that the ESRB research found 9 out of 10 parents require children to have permission before making any in-game purchase, suggesting that a general warning would help the vast majority of the parents out there. So there's more going on in this article that I'll probably bring up over our discussion. For the most part, the ESRB has also, in the update, the ESRB has also offered a lengthy written response to the specific concerns of Senator Hassan. And what is noted as, we believe that the combination of upfront disclosure about the availability of in-game purchases combined with active parental controls is a quick and effective way to address the concerns you have raised. That is their quote. So, how do you guys feel about them rating in-game purchases as a broad paintbrush across everything, as opposed to actually letting parents know about
that's technically something that's already happening in game stores, though. Because, like, when you go to Steam and you see that there's a game on Steam that has loot boxes or any kind of microtransactions, even if it's RNG or not, the generic label is in-game purchases. It's the same thing in the cell phone storefront. So I'm not really seeing how this is different than what's already happening. I will say this, though, because these publishers are becoming more predatory in the way that they address loot boxes and the way that they address microtransactions, where it's becoming more randomized versus you being able to choose and pay for the items that you want.
Yeah.
They really do. I think it's time for us to really start determining whether or not this needs to go to a higher power like the government or some type of legislature. Because technically the ESRB is not wrong, because it's an in-game purchase. It is what it is. And it's been that way on every storefront ever. And it's been like that for a while. It's always been a thing. But until it becomes law, you can't really say gambling on the box until it becomes law. But I think that that's something that the ESRB should be looking into. I'm not saying that they shouldn't look into it.
That's the thing, though. Like, with this labeling, they're doing it. They don't want people to look into the whole loot box as gambling controversy. They don't want legislature to just be like, oh, well, loot boxes is gambling. We're going to slap that that A for adult label on it because they have a ESRB rating. It's called adults only. It's an A rating, and it's for 18 plus, and for the most part, which they should have. And basically, what will happen, being it adults only, is most retailers will not sell an adult only video game. And that's what they're afraid of, because if you make it to where these games with the predatory practices and loot boxes and whatnot have the rating of adults only, it will essentially ban it from the market, from the industry altogether, because most retailers are not going to sell it. Most online digital sales retailers also won't sell it. Because adults only is literally what they are not going to sell on the market, and that's why everything stops at M rating. If you haven't noticed, we never see an adult rated game on the market ever. Yeah, and that is why they're trying to keep it from that.
And to be honest, I don't know any of it.
Yeah, we never seen one, and I'm just telling you that from my retail background that they will not sell it. No store will sell an adult rated video game. And if loot boxes are actually, if loot boxes become the gambling norm, if they actually go behind it and say that it is gambling, they have to label it.
They have to make adult. It an M-rated game if it says
no. It has to be adult, because in their ESRB has adult as gambling. They have under their ratings board. Yeah, they have it on their website.
Oh, okay.
Adult is anything with gambling in it has to be rated A for adult only, and that means they will not be able to sell that game on the market because it will not be sold. Okay, that's what they're fighting against right now. And
that makes more sense.
And that legislator from Hawaii, he's being reasonable. All he wants is people. He wants them to actually give us the odds of the loot boxes. And he wrote a bill to give us the odds for the loot boxes, and he wrote another bill that they can't sell those games to minors under 21, but he wasn't going to label it as gambling. They were going to put it under M rating.
Right.
They were going to let it be under the M rating for mature, but but they are not allowed to sell it to 21 and younger or whatever.
If they label it as M, they have to put it in the label and not to the side. They have to say in the label, in-game purchases.
It would have to be in the label. What it would be this game has loot boxes, which is considered gambling, but you cannot sell to 21 and you have to sell for 21 and older. So what they were trying to do is let the adult only. They were going to actually let that slide and give it to M, so it could still be sold on the market, but you have to let people know that you cannot sell it to. Yeah, it cannot be sold to 18 and plus. It has to be sold to 21 and plus.
So that needs to be in the label too. 21 plus in-game purchases.
And the ESRB
about RNG or something like that.
Yeah, and the ESRB is just being bullheaded about it because they think that
the problem with the ESRB is they're in the pockets of companies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you. That is also another thing.
They're bought out by
they've already been purchased by companies like Ubisoft. By EA, by
Ubisoft,
Activision.
EA, all of them.
Because
they sent their lobbyists out
for these games as a service.
Absolutely.
They want
Did you guys see that video?
Boxes.
Yeah. Did you guys see that video where the ESA they sent out their lobbyists to try and talk to the Chris Lee? He did like a little thing. He was kind of trying to figure out from the ESA what they could do to regulate and for them to self-regulate, and the dude most of the time was just like, I can't answer that, when he asked them questions. And it's like, dude, you're not prepared. But yeah, they're bought out, you guys. Like the
basically
ESRB,
the company that's supposed to be in your best interest and make sure
is not.
It's the ESRB.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be the
Their job is to make sure that games that are predatory and violent and whatnot get out of the hands of children. But they're more concerned with making money off the companies, that they're trying to sugarcoat loot boxes and just claim that it's just another in-game purchase, but it's not.
It's a whole different ballgame.
They're using psychological. Yeah, they're using psychological manipulation that they use in casinos.
They even use the same kind of sounds that slot machines use.
And the Skinner box theory and all that stuff.
They're not stupid. They know how to get
people
addicted to it because it's exactly like gambling.
And there's people in it. Yeah, and there's people in the chat right now that are saying something along the lines of,
parents will buy it anyway.
What the rating is, the parents are going to buy it anyway.
That's fine.
And that's fine.
But that's the parents' problem.
And at that point,
that's fine. But at that point, the parent would be liable.
Yeah.
If there were like some, let's just say like some big, huge thing happens, or like there's this big gambling scandal in a game, then the parents would be liable, or whoever who is owning the game would be liable. But if the ESRB is continuing this, and they're allowing themselves to sit in the pockets of all of these publishers that have these predatory practices, this is probably going to come back at some point or another to bite them in the butt.
See, like right now with the way that they don't have any particular regulation, if there's a big scandal dealing with like a child or anybody, it doesn't even have to be a child. If there's a big scandal with the whole gambling thing, and I'm going to just throw this out there, there's this thing called skins betting, and that's essentially with the CSGO, Dota, and PUBG, where they have rare drops of items. They take them to a website and they sell them for real world money, upwards of thousands of dollars. They have that right now, and these developers and publishers get a cut of that money. That is what the legislation doesn't know about, and they need to know about. I've actually written to a couple of legislators already about it and sent them some stuff about that and articles and things. But for the most part, they don't know about that, and that's the deeper side of this whole loot box controversy that they don't want to get to the public either, because there is gambling, like the real definition gambling.
Yeah, like that's legit gambling.
That's legit gambling right there. But what we see with the
loot box in its most
but even the regular ones, regular ones are still gambling.
You have no idea what you're going to get.
You don't know the odds of what you're getting.
You don't know the odds.
You're paying for it.
You're just getting random things.
Yeah, it's just a game of chance, and that is what essentially gambling is. A game of chance.
That is not the same thing as buying DLC. That is not the same thing.
That's not the same thing as,
I want to buy this helmet. It looks cool. Let me purchase this.
Yeah, and I buy it straight out. It's not the same.
That is completely different.
So
how
with
the
this
ESRB
label
can justify putting this all under one banner of in-game
umbrella,
and then you got companies like CD Projekt Red being thrown under this umbrella when they give you free DLC, and stuff like that. So it's like, so games going forward are going to have these labels, and there's going to be some games who aren't that don't have that kind of like predatory practice. Nintendo doesn't always have it; they do, but not all the time.
In a perfect world, every game that has loot boxes should have, on cigarettes, they have a person with a cancerous lungs and shit right on the front of the box. It should be like that. It should be a guy, like, all heroined out, and he has no money, and it says, I had loot boxes, and that should be a sticker on the box, and that should be on every game. That would be in the perfect world.
Wow, I just saw this little thing. It says the rarest new PUBG items show up once every 80 years on average.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
And if somebody gets that item in their inventory, they can sell it on the website for thousands of dollars. That's how rare those items are.
Scarcity raises aftermarket value of ultra rare cosmetics. So it's just a cosmetic item?
Yeah, they're just cosmetics.
That's dumb.
And they sell them on these. They're skin betting.
They're selling them for $1,600.
Yeah.
Everything about PUBG is just disgusting. Just a shit.
But so it's just basically this. All this is just a band-aid on a.
It's not even a band-aid. They're trying to pull it on. They're trying to hide it on the rug.
They're literally trying to sweep it all under the rug. And
just like M. Prime said, they're trying to shift the blame.
They're trying to shift the blame and try to.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize loot boxes by convincing you that it's just another in-game purchase.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
You think that it's just DLC.
Yep. Oh, it's just, it's just extra, and they keep saying it's just an extra way to have fun and it's optional. Well, me walking into a fucking casino is optional too, but
that's true.
But they at least
let me know what the heck. I know there's some odds in the game, in the fact that I may or may not win something. I know I might lose my money if I walk up in there, but if I go and play any game today with a loot box in it, I don't know the odds. I put down some money. I may not see something.
Basically, the way I see it is,
you got 80 years on the average.
Who is in charge of taking care of this is not actually going to do it properly, I think the government should be stepping in.
Oh, the government is totally doing it, because the senator who sent her letter.
Clearly crooked.
Yeah, because Senator Hassan, she sent the letter to the ESRB, and she saw what they said about this. With this, and she responded back and said, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll just continue looking into it." Then she doesn't buy it, so she's continuing to do it. the other guy, Chris Lee, who from Hawaii, who's been spearheading this shit hardcore.
Yeah.
He's already got two legislation bills written up, ready to fucking go. He don't care. He's ready to go. He says he's proposed 2 Hawaii bills. He's gotten a whole bunch of other senators from different states jumping on board. I think Washington just got their bill set up. They don't care. They're just moving forward right at this point.
Yeah,
there's people across.
It's gonna have to be until some actual legislation happens.
Yeah,
and they can keep getting away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the bills right here. Actually, the House Bill 2686. It's basically it's accompanied Senate version would prohibit retailers, including those that operate online, from selling games that include a system of further purchasing a randomized reward or rewards to anyone under 21 years of age. Many U.S. retailers already prevent children under 17 from buying games rated M for mature or AO for adults only. So that's essentially that one. Then House Bill 2727, meanwhile, will require game publishers to publicly disclose the odds of obtaining specific items from randomized loot boxes in their games. And Apple is doing that now. And these are reasonable bills. I don't understand why they're fighting so hard. These are reasonable. They're not doing anything that's, because Chris Lee has said on his YouTube channel, he said he wants the industry to regulate themselves, and he's pushing indoors to get them worried so they will regulate themselves, and he hopes that's what they would do.
Yeah.
But if they're not going to do it, he's like, what can I do?
They make too much money. Activision,
they're not going to do it.
Fucking $1 billion from loot
I know
boxes.
they're not going to do it. So he's like, well, fuck it then. I got to do what I got to do, and I don't want government involved, but if they're not, they're literally telling you right now they're not going to do it.
And let these guys self-regulate at this point.
They're not going to self-regulate. This already been. We already see it. Yeah, it's clear as day. They're not going to do it. They don't care. Because they're over here talking about, we think loot boxes are a fun way to acquire virtual items for use within the game to personalize your experience. Obviously, there's an element of surprise in loot boxes, just like with baseball trading cards. Nonsense.
I feel like if you're gonna have RNG type stuff in your game, it doesn't need to be for real money.
Like,
if you want the element of surprise, like let me get
like, it in game without purchasing it.
Y'all know I play a lot of PC games. I play a lot of MMOs. Yep. I play games that are like mobile-like games, and like there's options to get it other than just me spending my money. Yep. If I grind enough, I can get it. But like if you're paying to be honest, I don't even think it should be an option. You shouldn't be paying real money for randomized
for that at all. Perfect. But then they have that like, round of
point blank. But if you want to buy the item full stop, that's fine to me because you know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like it should be.
I think like adding the element of gambling in video games is wrong.
That's wrong
because games are targeted at children's primarily,
and they're already gaming is already addicting by itself. You don't need extra addictive, tendencies. They're over here talking about they're unable to find any evidence that children specifically have been impacted by loot boxes or needing.
That's a lie.
Nonsense. That's nonsense. And then they say whether this random reward structure leads to harmful purchasing playing behavior is still up in the air. What the? Literally,
maybe all of the parents, children have taken their credit cards out of their purses or wallets should say, hey, well, here's your evidence.
No, we even had a whale. There was a kid not too long ago where an actual whale explained how he started his gambling early on, and it followed him into his adulthood, and he's finally gotten help, but he had to bring it out and let them know this is harmful. Yeah, because he was stealing money from his mother. He was taking his
from all his friends and his family.
His friends and family. He was using whenever he that money just to pay his subscription services and stupid shit like that. Like what?
A lot of people are weak-minded, and
they're weak-minded, and this is not help. Yeah, it preys on that, and it's not helping. And it's not just for the kids; it's for people with those
it's not even just
tendencies.
Kids. Like there's grown people out
here.
There's
grown men and women just out here doing
addicted to fucking loot boxes, like that guy who spent $15,000 on Mass Effect 3.
That's the article. Yep.
Boxes and shit. Like what the fuck?
That's wild.
That's one dude.
Yeah. One freaking dude. So I just wanted to kind of do one more thing here, and then we can close. We can do questions if you want, like a few questions, not too many, just a few. So put your questions in the
Discord.
In the Discord. Should have a link in there soon.
Yeah, I'll put a link.
All right. Yeah. So start your questions now. And this article is just kind of it's just I don't normally go to Polygon, but they just asked them 5 questions about this in-game purchase stuff that kind of, they were kind of concerned of, and it kind of got me thinking too. So I'll just ask the questions, and you guys just kind of, I guess, I don't know, kind of jump on it. So one of the questions was, how will games that have already released be affected by this label? So the label will certainly be applied to new games going forward, but could we see re-releases of pre-existing games or something like that? So, like, how games are already out right now?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do with those games?
Because like the games they're going to have to go under the same rule. They're going to have to get a
restamp. Repackage them.
Yeah, to repackage, but for the most part, people are going to.
But it is.
Going forward, I guess basically what they would do is going forward for those games that when they take them to retail, they would have to have this label.
Or technically, they could just put a sticker on it.
I think what they're
put a sticker on it. Why not?
They're gonna probably throw a sticker.
But either way, they're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to.
And then this was another question that I thought was pretty interesting, because I was like, so where will the label be found on the box? How big will it be? Because look, you notice how the boxes have so much crap on the back.
You know how they should do it? On the Switch when you need a
put that shit on the
front.
When you need a what?
Box. On the Switch games when you need a memory card mandatory, they put it right at the top of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be like that.
Yeah, so it's noticeable. People can see it right there.
Put it on the front. They should not be
in the back.
No, don't put it on the back. Put that shit on the front.
Back. Everyone looks at the front.
Because nobody looks at the back. They look at the front. So another one of the questions was, will the label get specific than nothing that a game includes in-game purchase? So is it just going to have just in-game purchase and that's it? Or is it going to be specific? Like what kind of in-game purchases?
It should say specifically.
It should specifically
say in-game purchases.
It's probably just going to say in-game purchases and leave it broad, as opposed to be like, well, there's loot boxes, there's DLC, they're going to keep it as broad as possible. I'm pretty sure for faster. So the next question they asked is, how will this be applied to games that have not publicly announced paid DLC?
They have to publicly announce it.
So,
like, if they're getting legislation to force them to tell on the box, they obviously have to come out and tell people if they have DLC in the game.
Yeah, true. So much for surprises there, huh?
Yeah, they use Zelda as an example. Zelda would have to do it too. They'd have to tell you that there is paid content in the game.
Yeah, and see, generalized all across the board. But hey, it is what it is. Will this call special attention to microtransactions, virtual currency, and loot boxes, or does it cover any in-game purchases? I think it's just going to be broad. It's going to cover everything.
Well, the way they're making it sound like they want to just normalize it and make it.
They just want to normalize
everything else.
Yeah, they just want to be like, well, it's an in-game purchase, so be mindful. There's some in-game purchase. Don't worry about the loot boxes. We don't need to tell you about that. Like, the way that they were saying, like, parents weren't worried about loot boxes per se, but more concerned about...
They don't know what it is.
And it's like, because you didn't... Yeah, they don't know about it. You got to tell them. You got to... And then they're talking about, well, we want to...
Like, that's like saying, these parents wouldn't even care if their kids walked into a casino and started playing craps. Yeah, okay. I'll believe that.
Okay. Yeah. Like, kids go to casinos, but they don't go into the casino floor. Yeah, they go to casinos, but you don't see them in the casino floor because the rule is no kids on the casino floor. Period. They walk right the fuck through and get right the hell out. Yeah. So why would you generalize this as like,
And this is worse because it's in their own home that can be unsupervised.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Worse. It's true.
Oh, stupid.
And it's so much easier to access because it's just right there on your system.
And they can just take your wallet, take your credit card, and start spending all your money.
There you go. Like, they can't walk to a casino, but they can walk to the living room. You hear me?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
They can walk straight to the living room.
We hear countless stories of kids taking their parents' wallets and start charging on microtransactions and loot boxes. Like, that's a normal thing now.
And then they had the audacity to sit up here and say they don't studies, and it's like, we've been telling you, don't read the news. There's studies, incidences everywhere, all over the freaking internet, and you just pretending like you don't know. They really don't want this to. And it's like legend, and it's like Chris Lee, the guy is literally trying to work with you guys. And you guys are fighting him tooth and nail, and it's going to bite you in the ass. And I can't wait to see what the overall outcome will be at this point, because legislation is going to be passed now. they're not gonna. They're just gonna have to pass it. They ain't got no choice at this point. These guys have
they'll
already
just have
shown
to
their
go over
cards.
their heads and just do it.
Yeah, they just showed their cards with this bullshit today. That the whole industry is like gamers everywhere is just like, oh really?
Like,
legislation.
If what the ESRB tried to pull doesn't show you that they're bought and paid for, I don't know what.
Absolutely, bought and paid for.
Bought and paid for.
Behind it no more, if you ask me.
There's no even trying to deny that at this point.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
They have no interest in doing what's right.
So we do have a few questions, and I will go ahead and
honestly, they should all be fired.
Right. We'll go ahead and answer a few questions, and then we'll go ahead and close out tonight. So Matthew Pipes asked, how drunk or high was the people at the Nintendo headquarters when they created this garbage-ass Nintendo Creators Program yet?
The problem with that program is it's not made by the Nintendo people that we know. It's not like Miyamoto.
It's not the ground level people.
Yeah, it's not like Miyamoto, Reggie, and Kimishima are in a back room making this. It's like Nintendo's lawyers, man.
Yeah, it's the lawyers in the suits. They don't.
Those guys just see numbers and they
see numbers.
Their only job is to make money for Nintendo. So it is what it is.
So that's how drunk and high they are.
Although I would love to believe it's Reggie because I hate Reggie and I would love to blame this on him. But I know that it would not be him that's doing this stuff.
So the answer is they're drunk and high on power and corporate finessing of the general public.
The corporate finesse.
You have
just been corporate finessed. That is a thing. Get ready. Muhammad Alavi. Do I really want to ask this? I'm going to ask it. Based on how third parties have been getting away with overcharging for their last-gen ports and Switch owners buying them, how far do you think Nintendo can go with the pricing of their virtual console games?
They can get away with it because they've always been getting away with it.
They've been doing this
their
shit
virtual
like
console games have always been overpriced though.
Like not Super Nintendo, like NES games are like what, $8 or something like that? Some crazy.
This is the last generation where people are gonna buy it.
NES were $5, SNES were $8.
Yeah.
I think N64 were $10, 12, something like that.
10 or 12, something like that. And then Wii games, which I actually thought was a good price for the time.
The Wii games are not bad. $20. That's pretty good deal.
Yeah.
But
NES games, I feel like NES games should be like at most $2, in my opinion.
They don't want to devalue
no more than $2. I mean, I get it. But then
they're old now.
But then when you go to Steam and then there's other like Sega Genesis and SNES games, like third party games, and they're like 99 cents. It's like, you know what?
It's like Nintendo, I get it.
They don't look at things like that though.
I understand. They want to maintain a certain clout for their IPs, but at some point
their product is a premium product.
But at some point, you have to understand that the NES was like a long time ago. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm still holding out hope that they're making something like Game Pass for all their old games.
No, I would be down with that. I would be down with
really cool. $10 a month, you get access to NES through Wii. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. I especially want because there's a lot of Wii games because I was in college at the time. There's a lot of Wii games I didn't really get to play, so I'd be down for that. And GameCube,
awesome.
Digital, get out my digital. Stop. Stop. He over here about this dolphin show.
What is the dolphin show's movement? What is
nobody want to play dolphin?
Nobody wanted to play on that level.
That level's trash.
Picked it and it never got picked. So Matthew, your question is, what characters that wasn't in Smash 4 but was in previous Smash Bros. Games that you want to see return, and what new characters you want to see to get put in? So we need the Ice Climbers back. We need the Ice Climbers back.
Man, fuck them. I want Waluigi.
We need Ice Climbers back, and I want to see Waluigi.
He's a trophy. He don't count.
He's a trophy, but I want him to come back. I want him to be in
Waluigi with the Mario Tennis hair.
Yes, sir.
And I want Swole DDD.
Yes, sir. Or just give him a skin. Give DDD a swole skin.
But his arms are huge. I don't think they could do that with the skin.
They can do it. They can figure it out.
Yes, they need to replace him with swole DDD.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. And they should do a skin for Ganon to give him L'Oreal Ganon.
Yes, I need L'Oreal Ganon and Smash.
I want L'Oreal Ganon and Smash. Oh my god, bad latency. So, given the massive legislative controversy over loot boxes, do you think I should write some representative about my experience of getting my credit card number stolen and
You should, yeah.
$450 charge in loot box trash?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let them know.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh yeah, he was charged $450 in loot boxes. That was great.
Yeah, you need to know about that stuff. They need to know about how stuff like this can backfire if there's no actual, if there's nothing put in place, if there's no, pitfalls put in place. So yeah,
absolutely.
Write them, let them know.
And if you guys have been duped in any way, if you guys have children that may have fallen into the trap in any way, that's definitely the stuff I need to be telling them, because like Kuuppon said, they've been getting away with it because they quote unquote don't have enough evidence that it's affecting.
So give them that evidence.
So y'all need to
write Chris Lee. Also write Chris Lee from Hawaii. I write him all the time on different things, and he tends to pop up with that information, the newest his newest updates and stuff. Somehow I'm like, oh dude. So he listens to all the feedback. So if you give him information, he'll use it.
How do you feel about everyone and their mama coming out with Nintendo E3 2018 lists?
That's the same thing every year in and year out.
Yep.
Nothing new.
And everyone falls for it every year for some reason.
Every year.
Oh, but people come out with their
those fake lists.
Those fake
lists.
I haven't followed those
since the dawn of the internet. It is what it is.
Everybody's got an uncle at Nintendo which gave them the secret list.
Exactly.
Right. So silly.
Exactly.
T-Dude asks, despite the rumors, do you think Nintendo will reveal Smash Brothers Deluxe, Bayonetta 3, and Metroid Prime 4 at E3 this June?
Yeah.
I think that's a good chance, yeah.
It's a possibility.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
And Smash will launch alongside Nintendo's online network.
You said
that too.
What's launching along the
Smash.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yes, I can see that happening.
Yeah, Metroid Prime will be 2019 at the earliest.
Yeah, at earliest, yeah.
Do you think we'll get a full Nintendo Direct before E3, Ludwig, guys?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, more than likely.
What is it?
There might be some little minor...
I think maybe March, April.
I mean, there's something they might drop that they might need to get off their chest.
We'll probably get a Direct either March or April.
I say March or April as well.
Because then the E3's in June, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that gives it 2 months ahead. They'll probably do like a game-specific Direct, though.
Yeah.
Because Kirby's in March, right? They might do a Kirby Direct.
Yeah. They might do a Kirby Direct.
Because Kirby's like at the end of March?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like March, like 20 something, if I'm not mistaken. I can look it up.
I know the frame rate. I don't know the release date.
So
it's March 16th. Correction, March 16th.
That's about the frame rate of Payday 2. Damn.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Sad days.
Oh
no. So T2 asks if Bandai Namco were to announce Soul Calibur for the Switch at E3, will they be introduced an exclusive character Lucina from? They better not. It better be Ike.
No, they wouldn't. They would use Ike or Link.
It would be Ike or Link.
Why the fuck would it be Lucina?
Oh, because freaking.
Because she's waifu.
Because waifu. I don't want waifu crap going on in like Soul Calibur.
Actually, Nintendo's on this female character kick right now.
They are so on this crap.
They
get the frick off. I'm over it already.
Yeah. I'm cool with it, but like when it gets too much, I'm like, okay, y'all really got it.
I'm gonna say this.
If it was Marth, Ike, or Link, though.
I'm gonna say this. As long as they keep that exclusively to that trash game that they made recently, that's cool. But if you bring it to the original Fire Emblem, I'm out. So to answer your question, as far as the limited edition World Final Remix, I don't know. It depends on what they're giving me anything worthwhile. Maybe I'll get it. If not, then it'll stay on the shelf like all things, and I'll just get the regular version. It's not that big deal. Question for Alex. You already answered it.
What would I prefer? Payday 2 or SNK Heroines? I would prefer to keep my money.
Exactly. No, neither of those sound interesting.
They both sound terrible.
And this is probably going to be the last question because we're getting a little fuckboy hour. So Gamer Nick, come and ask your question. Did you hear the announcement that Baby Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy and original Groot is dead?
Oh, you kind of cut out, so I'm gonna
You're gonna have to repeat that.
Did you hear the announcement?
Did you hear
that Baby Groot
go.
in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is actually Groot Jr., Groot's son, and the original Groot is dead.
Interesting.
That's wild. I honestly thought he just regenerated.
I don't know, man. Is it official?
Yeah, the director said so.
Nobody tried the Balloon World DLC, no.
Yeah, it's not, a rumor or anything.
Okay,
the director of
no,
the
I
movie
think Alex
said
did.
that. What?
Did you try that Luigi Balloon World DLC?
Who wants to play that?
The fuck would I want
nobody.
There you go. That was Matthew's question. I just
absolutely
no,
that last one in.
That whole thing is like an embarrassment to Luigi.
No more questions.
Absolutely garbage.
It epitomizes everything wrong with Luigi and how Nintendo treats Luigi.
He ain't lying though, frick. Oh man.
Like, nah, Luigi, you can't be a playable character. How about you just show up with some balloons and do a gay little
They
dance?
be treating him like the bastard stepson or something.
Man, when I saw that DLC, I was rolling laughing. Cause like they did him wrong again. They do Luigi as dirty as Dragon Ball does Vegeta, man. Like this shit is crazy.
Dude.
Dang. Like everyone wanted the main thing people said when they beat Mario Odyssey was, when can I play as Luigi?
I need Luigi.
And what does Nintendo do? Hey, Luigi's here, guys. He brought balloons.
Where's the party? We got balloons, y'all.
Oh my god.
Oh my freaking
The only cool thing about that update is there's more costumes and more filters. Like that Luigi shit, you can keep that shit.
That Luigi mode is so garbage, bro.
Oh, man,
like at this point, Luigi needs a moment of.
Oh shit!
He said, "Hey guys, I got balloons." On that note, you guys, that's when we're cutting out. We're out of here. We gotta leave on a high note. That shit is hilarious. Like they said, "Hey guys, we got balloons."
Oh my goodness!
That's all he got, man. He got his little bow tie, and he got his balloons, and he's trying to show up to the party like he's some shit.
No, look. Mario over here trying to stop a wedding. This motherfucker got balloons.
Fucking Mario's having parties in the tower with Pauline. Fucking Luigi shows up with 4 balloons.
Yo, that hurts so much, and I'm already tired, and it made my head hurt.
Oh my god.
You know, they don't even stop there. Look at these eShop cars. Luigi has the lowest one.
Only you would know
this. Never stops.
He's like $10, right?
He's $10.
He's the $10 card. Oh my god, that's that is so hilarious.
They need to reward Luigi with a Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch. Because the disrespect is too real.
I'm gonna just say this. If this fool don't get a Luigi Mansions 2 at some point in his lifetime, you can understand that year of Luigi, that BS year of Luigi was his actual fucking that was his actual fucking, what do you call it, eulogy. That was what it was. They killed him that year. That was his year to die.
Man, Luigi, man, they gotta do better with Luigi.
Absolutely.
Luigi's an OG. We've been rocking with Luigi since we've been rocking with Mario, basically.
Like, he mean mugs you in Mario Kart. You wonder fucking why.
Man.
Absolutely.
We gotta get a Luigi's Mansion on the Switch. Like,
absolutely.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we're gonna cut it out here.
Just think of this.
Leave him.
Just one more thing.
Man.
Think of this. This is really gonna blow your mind.
Okay, what's up?
King Dedede comes out. He's swole as fuck. He's looking good. While Luigi's out here, he's got brand new hair.
He's got the suave hair.
He's got the suave hair on the tennis court. Luigi's got a bow tie and balloons.
Nia, just
poor guy.
Tell us where we can see. Tell us where we can see you and all that good stuff. Just log out. Log out. We gotta go. We gotta go.
My face is gonna fall
off.
Press
F for respect, y'all. F for respect, y'all.
Press F to pay respects, guys.
Pay respects, y'all. F for Luigi.
F to pay respects for Luigi, guys.
Let me get them F's. Go ahead, Nia.
Y'all put them F's up, bro.
Put them F's up for Luigi.
Respect for Luigi.
Respect Luigi. Go ahead, do your outro.
Who?
Golly. Oh, Nia.
Hold on. Okay.
She's trying to get her or you go, Alex, if you got your stuff together.
First, put your F's up for Luigi, our fallen homie. He came with balloons to a party that's already over.
Nightbot tripping. What?
Hold on, I'm about to accept it.
Oh my God, Nightbot tripping.
What's Nightbot doing?
Dang, I can't.
He won't even let us put F. He won't even let us put respect.
That's
Nightbot is out here. Let us pay our respects.
And I can't take it back. Sorry, I can't take it back, Cloudy.
Dude, that's how bad it is. Nightbot out here.
Nightbot is a straight hater, bro.
He is straight.
Nightbot's a hater.
That's why I turned my Nightbot off. I got sick of
I might
him.
have to turn him off, man.
I turned mine off like a long time ago. That dude is hateful. Go ahead, Alex.
Alright, so what's going on, everyone? Active's in here. There's another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. We've been off for a couple weeks, but we're back. We're back at it, alright, calm down. Nintendo's killing it. We know they're killing it. 2017, amazing. 2018's off to a good start. Kirby's just around the corner. Luigi's out giving balloons. We got it all on the Switch, guys. Switch Gang is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh, and Unforgiven said next Monday when we play Mario.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that.
I'll be Luigi next week.
Everybody be Luigi next week for Mario Kart. We're gonna do that. We're gonna give.
We gotta pay our respects for Luigi.
Pay our respects for the dude. Go ahead, Nia.
First of all, I just want to say that we have 22 watchers and 22 likes. That's exactly what I like to see.
That's what I'm saying.
So shout outs to y'all for coming through with the likes.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys so much for coming through, man. But of course, you already know who it is. It's your girl, Nia, the video game her. Make sure you guys are subscribing to me if you're just coming through, but you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe to me on the Video Game Her on YouTube. If you're currently watching me on Twitch and you're not following me on Twitch yet, follow me, Nia Loves Ninty. If you're watching me on Mixer, make sure you guys are following me on Mixer, the Video Game Her. I have a video that's coming like this week. I'm probably going to try to edit it and all that stuff tomorrow and probably set it for tomorrow, either the next day. But I've already recorded it. I'm just in the process of editing it and all that stuff. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming out to Team Red. It was a good night. My face is about to fall off my head. And man, it is what it is, y'all.
All right. So on top of that, we're going to play as Balloon Battle Mode. That's even worse.
Balloon Battle Mode.
We're going to do Balloon Battle Mode. Everybody plays Luigi. For Mario Kart next week. Get ready for that, y'all. So with that being said, I'm Kuuppon. I am your struggle diva, the struggle gamer. And you can find me on Kuuppon Stives here on YouTube. You can find me at Kuuppon on Twitch and Twitter. And you can also find me at Kuuppon Stives on Facebook. I don't have a Mixer. I'm still debating if I want to go over there or not. And there may be a time where I'm actually
up to your restream.
I don't know. I might. I may not. I may not. I'm still debating if I even want to just like cut out YouTube altogether and just go straight Twitch.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But
I feel like you can't hurt if you just add it to the list. But it's up to you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, more the merrier. So we'll see how it goes. If everybody feels comfortable with me just staying on Twitch, I'll go there. If you like the double streaming, I'll keep it. It's no big deal. It's not like I'm trying to do much. But appreciate you all for coming through. Throw them F's up. Pay your respects to Luigi.
Poor Luigi.
He needs some love out here. And we'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully we keep up this time. We just had some things pop up. So, Alex with his late, pop in. His fashionably late behind. Right. But me and Nia held it down for the first half. So that's what's up. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. We'll catch you guys next week. Deuce.
Peace out.